welcome back to Tarot AF. Today we're going to look at, will this friendship lead to more? So we've got 4 piles for you guys today. So we've got pile 1, pile 2, pile 3 and pile 4. We're going to look at both people's energies towards the relationship. We're then going to see what connects you, and then their actions, their feelings, and then their intentions towards this current relationship. So I'm going to post the timestamps below, so just have a look there and I will see you later on. Hi there, pile 1. So let's get right down to it. So will this friendship lead to more? So firstly, you guys are connected at the solar plexus chakra. So it's this inner strength, and I feel like you both have really strong, bold personalities, and I think you guys have helped each other through some storms, whether that be emotionally, mentally, spiritually. I just feel like you are always there for one another, kind of holding each other's hand through it, and can just bear any storm that comes your way. And I think you both have this strong sense of self and emotional maturity that has kind of drawn you together. So we've got 2 energies here. So you may feel that you're attracted to one, and when I'm describing them, you might be like, yeah, that is totally me. And so these are the 2 energies towards this relationship. Or you might feel like it's a bit of both, because maybe it's kind of on the same page, as it were. So first we're going to start with bear. So bear is this earth energy. So perhaps this person has got an earth sign, or maybe they've got earth placement. So might be Taurus, Capricorn or Virgo. The bear is, I feel like, really easygoing and relaxed and kind of goes with the flow, and then is pushed. And they do have this real internal inner strength that they muster. And really, I think they are looking for that enlightenment, and I feel like maybe they think that they're waking up to this this relationship and seeing it in a new light, potentially. You know, bears lie dormant for the whole of winter, so maybe their feelings were a bit dormant, as in they knew it was friendship, and maybe they're kind of waking up to this spring and they're like, oh, actually, is there something more there? And I think they're seeking those questions. But either way, I just think bear finds so much joy and love in this relationship, and just clarity and wisdom. And I really feel like it's kind of those kindred spirits in kind of that, in your outlook and that strength within you. I think you're both strong for each other. And I just feel like there's such warmth here and familiarity, and I feel like maybe you guys have grown together in a lot of things and seen a lot of things together, and went through some obstacles. And with B over here, it's air energy, so maybe this person has air placements, so they might have an air sign, so they might be Gemini, Aquarius or Libra. But they thrive on teamwork. So this inner strength plays right into B's hands. They just love to be there for other people and kind of get involved and get stuck in. And I feel like Bear almost has to get dragged along by it, and B's the one that's kind of bringing it all out. And Bear's like, okay, yeah, I can see the benefits in this. And B's like, come on, we must do this. And I think it's just a really joyous and charismatic energy to be around. And who doesn't love bees? Like, I think they just are really hard workers, energetic, and with this door to personal healing and happiness, I really feel like B is open to this relationship, but sees it as a healing and happiness, and whether it leads to more, either way, both sides really feel like, just look at the light here. And I think especially with this rainbow, it's like any emotional storm that hits, or anything that hits this relationship, or one person or the other, I think you guys have this way of bringing the other back and helping them heal those wounds. Because bees, you know, I feel like maybe because you're so focused and driven that sometimes you might get overworked and tired, and I feel like Bear can help offload some of that and help muster up this inner strength to keep going and pursuing your goals. But I just think both parties are open and receptive to one another and really respect and find healing through this relationship. Whether this leads to more or not, like, I think there will always be that basis of complete mutual understanding and the want to carry it on and the want to heal each other and just be there for one another. So let's get you guys some more cards on the table. So we're going to look at the actions towards you first. So kind of what their actions have been towards this relationship. So Spirit, for pile 1, what are the person's actions towards them? Now, did you spin around, or do you want to be up or down? Okay, you just go that way and you go that way. Okay. So Spirit, pile 1. Oh, got another one on the floor. Brilliant. And okay, and another 2 there. Oh, we got 6. I wasn't expecting 6, but I'm gonna let you have them. Okay, so let's have a look. Okay, so the actions towards this relationship, I feel like they see you as this Queen of Cups energy, this really deeply intuitive kind of character, really wanting to help them through any situation and just reassuring and healing, like we were talking about, and just fully open and receptive to them and their needs and their emotional needs. And I feel like it's just a warm hug. I feel like they just feel completely enwrapped by you, and I feel like they feel safe, and it's almost that thing where they can literally chat to you about anything, like holding a cup of tea. I feel like you can just relax and be yourselves, and really kind of speak from the heart, as it were. I kind of get this energy that there might have been something that went awry here. I feel like one person might have been planning something or planning to tell the other or something like that, but I think there's a mental situation here where one person, and I get the impression it's probably them, they might have been trying to say something, or maybe they kind of messed with your head slightly. I really get this this sense that they've stolen a lot of your thought energy. So maybe they've kind of given you a bit of a head wrecking, and with this Knight of Swords, I kind of see a real, like, them being really driven and on the warpath towards something, and maybe they've got this kind of player energy, and maybe if this was kind of like friends with benefits or something at some point, I feel like they might have played with your head a bit, and I think they feel really guilty about that, and that's really tearing them up inside. And I think the plan, it might not have been a plan, but this kind of thought thing, it was unstable, and I think it was always going to teeter on the edge and kind of and rock this way, and I just get this real deep sense of regret here for their actions towards you. So if it was this kind of player energy, and they kind of pursued that and pursued you, and maybe you didn't want, maybe at that point you didn't want their advances in that way, or maybe you did, and then they realised that their behaviour wasn't on, and actually I think because they have so much towards this relationship invested in terms of knowing you and you knowing them, knowing me, knowing you, Abba, but I really feel like that they see you as this Queen of Cups who emotionally is there to support them. So I think if they did hurt you, they feel really, really bad about that. Or maybe if like you said that you potentially like them or something, and they didn't say anything back, I think that's really like worrying them, their thoughts to their reaction to it. But yeah, I get more from them. And with this Aerophant character, I really think maybe they I think first you really enlighten them into a way of thinking, and I think you always challenge their ways of thinking, but I really think they don't know what you're thinking currently. And I do kind of see this brick wall that you might have put up towards them. And usually I feel like you're so open to it, either if you're the sun or kind of this door to healing and happiness. I really feel like you do emanate that towards them. But maybe because of this situation that's happened, I think maybe you're not even acting like you're closed off, but I just don't think they know what you're thinking currently. But yeah, I just really sense this hurt here. And, you know, the Two of Wands reverse, like, I do think they potentially visualized something with you potentially, or maybe if they didn't, they now don't know what to think. I feel about this relationship, because I don't think they know what you want. And I think they're just waiting for you to lead. And I think that's really throwing them off kilter, because this Knight of Swords is just charging ahead and just going after what they want, but can kind of leave devastation. So if they were this kind of player energy and you know, and kind of just pursuing what they wanted whenever they wanted, which, you know, free will, they can do what they want. But I think when they turn their sights on you potentially, and you either didn't want to, or you had deeper feelings, I think they were like, I can't treat this person the same way that I've potentially treated other people, because you mean too much to them, sort of thing. Or if none of that's happened before, if you know, they've never made any advances or anything like that, I think they just can't read you. And they don't know what you're thinking. They don't know what you want and what you're looking towards. They know that you're open and honest in terms of your friendship, and they can be themselves. But I think their thoughts are eating them up, as well. And they just don't know what you're thinking. That's the real... I think they really want to, and they really want to kind of charge forth and get that clarity from you. But I feel like until you're ready, you're just going to keep having this Queen of Cups energy, this just like healing and reassuring energy, but you're not going to reveal too much, and you're not going to put your heart out on the line until I think you're met halfway, which, you know, that's protective. Do exactly how you feel in this. So let's get their feelings towards you. So Spirit, pile 1, what is their person's feelings towards them? Ooh. So pile 1, what is their feelings towards them? 10 of Pentacles, the Hanged Man. So pile 1, what is their person's feelings towards them, Spirit? What is their feelings towards pile 1? Okay, we've got a jumper, you're sticking out, and then on the... Oh, we've got 2. Okay, I'm gonna give you guys 6 again. Just don't tell the others. Shh. Okay, so we have got... I'm gonna just shimmy these on up for you guys. So let's start over here. So I think either way this plans out, they want you to have complete security. They are always going to be there for you. They just want to see you do well, and they really want to be there when you achieve everything that you're supposed to achieve. And I just think they see this wholeness in you and this unity, and either way it goes, their feelings for you are whole, and they they just want the best for you. And again, with this Hanged Man, I think they're surrendering to what they've done. And I think they're just kind of, they're going to wait it out. Well, we'll get what their intentions are, but I get the sense that with their feelings, if they've made themselves known and they've said, this is how I feel potentially, I think they're just going to let you lead it. Or if they haven't and they've been completely reserved, at the moment, I think with their feelings, they're going to keep them quite inside them. And if it was, you know, a situation where it was friends with benefits, or they wanted that and they were kind of pursuing you in that way, I think they're just they're gonna sit on those emotions now and kind of wait out the storm, as it were, until like you're ready to sort of reveal yourself. That's what I kind of get. But with this Eight of Wands, I think they feel this situation is completely out of their control. Like I said, I think they think it is your situation, as in they're going to wait to come to you, especially if something did happen where they potentially hurt you, and they just don't want to interrupt your flow, because they care about you so deeply. With this Queen of Cups energy, they really care about the relationship, but they feel like it's going to come to an eventuality, and they're kind of just letting go and being like, okay, I can't do anything, I've kind of got to let it just play out. And I think it's going to happen really swiftly, and they're kind of like, okay, well, if it ends as us friends, fine. If it ends as us something more, then great. I think they've got that energy about them. And with this Five of Wands, I really feel like you guys almost have that real like quick-wittedness to you, and kind of that that kind of wordplay and kind of bouncing off each other, and I feel like you almost have mini spats, and almost mini arguments. And I feel like with this Seven of Wands, you have to kind of defend your will or your ideas and your intuition, and but I feel it's all playful. And you know, at the moment, I think they see you as this kind of Seven of Wands of, if they did make advances to you, then you're kind of in control and almost batting away the situation and all of their will, sort of thing, and kind of defending yourself. Or maybe they feel a bit defensive of their actions, but they're not going to let you, they're Hanged Man, so they're not going to let you know that. But because they've got this energy underneath them, they're a bit like, but I've always been like this, and you know I've been like this, potentially could be the kind of sentiment there. But I don't know. I think with their feelings, I think they want to present a new way of thinking with you. And I feel like with all of these thoughts, if they have like kind of played with your mind a bit, I think they want to try and kind of offer a new way of thinking, either about them or of framing that situation and being like, can we move on? Almost like a laurel branch for that. But I do see this really like fiery energy from both of you, that like you guys will stand your ground against one another, and you can have these really heated debates, but really it's all love, like love. If it's just friendship, love of, you know, you've both got this internal strength and you do see the world differently. Like I feel like B really pushes Bear out of their comfort zone, and Bear's like, fine, like, why do you always have to be like so joyous and happy and on all the time, sort of thing. I get that vibe from it. But yeah, I feel like they're really thinking through the situation and trying to kind of maybe potentially examine their actions and be like, okay, why did I do that? What am I doing? And maybe if they are kind of this player energy, and kind of usually charging and pursuing what they want, I feel like they're really trying to think through it and just be like, okay, does this actually serve me? Is this good for our relationship moving forward? But either way, I feel like a decision about this friendship, if there are feelings on either side, for more, I think I think the person thinks that it's going to happen quite quickly either way, whether it's going to come to the eventuality where you do end up just being friends or potentially more. But yeah, really the underlying thing is I think they will always be there for you as a friend. And even if you guys do enter in a relationship, it's that first and foremost, like this Ten of Pentacles, this absolute grounding together. Like I think you guys have got a solid foundation, which they hope just won't break. Yeah, and I think they just enjoy talking to you and that back and forth. And I think you are very different people, as in I think you, because you're connected to this inner strength, I think you are both just such strong individuals and just know yourselves and just like, this is the way I do things, and the other person's like, no, this is the way I do things, and there's almost this kind of like defending of how you approach something. But yeah, I do think if there has been a situation, I can just see this real want to kind of make things right and move things forward, but maybe they potentially don't know how to because they just don't know how you're feeling about the situation. Or if you are the one that has made your feelings known, then they're just trying to approach it. And I think they're just trying to, I don't see any cups apart from the Queen of Cups, which I think that's what they kind of think about you. I don't see that. I think they're just trying to think through the situation, because already I think there is a love, and I think it's that friendship love, that connection between you both, that I just don't know if they know whether it's romantic feelings yet, potentially. So I feel like they're just trying to work through their mind, and that's what's leading this situation. But let's get you some more cards. Let's see what their intentions are towards you moving forward. So Spirit, pile ones, what is their person's intentions towards them moving forward? So that one's really wanting to come out. So what are their intentions towards them moving forward? Okay. Yeah. So I feel, yeah, okay, don't talk and shuffle, I get it, okay. And then on the back we've got the Nine of Pentacles. Okay, so yeah, so I really feel like they want a new fresh start with you. Whatever's gone on, the sorrow that they might have caused you, they really want to undo, and they really want to move past that. Like, I think if they have hurt you, yeah, I just see this real deep need to do right by you and kind of move forward. And with this Fool energy, I really think they want to move into a leap into a new phase with you. So whether that is romantic, again, we don't have any cups, so I feel like their intentions at this current moment are not to pursue it as love, but I think they're still trying to work through it within them. But that could be, you know, it's so hard because maybe this person, because I don't know which person is which, obviously, maybe this person kind of, if they've had emotional kind of blocks before in relationships, or really like tough time opening up to people in the past, like maybe they do go in with their thoughts and kind of trying to follow their gut with them as opposed to following their heart. But I think you guys really, as the Queen of Cups, really open their heart up, which I think is tough for them to see, because they're just like, oh gosh, I don't want to lose this person in my life either way. But I think they want to have that new fresh start with you. And I think with this, they will always, I think they're again trying to kind of invent a new way of seeing the relationship. And I think they're actively waiting. If you're this Hierophant character who has kind of not revealed to them whether you like them or not, I think they're waiting it out, potentially, waiting to see if you come to them and open up. But I think their will is strong to keep this relationship and kind of see which way you're feeling about it. And if you have revealed your your feelings and they haven't opened up. I feel like they're still this hermit, trying to work through them and almost trying to find their inner light and their inner voice. And because I said, you know, I don't feel like they instinctually go with their heart. I think they have to think through the situation a lot. I mean, I think they're going to do, they might even pull back a bit, and which can be really hard and really tough. But I feel like they just really they want to do some soul searching, because they don't want to hurt you. This is so clear from this Three of Swords. They do not want this situation to end up losing you. Because with this Nine of Pentacles, I think they do with this 10 as well. They do see you as kind of their family, and want to relish in all of your accomplishments. But with this Nine of Pentacles, maybe they've got something to do with their career at the moment, or maybe they're buying a house or something along those lines, but I get a sense it might be a job that they're working towards, and that's really driving their focus at the moment. So maybe this is that Bee energy, or potentially if Bear's kind of woken up and is pursuing a new goal, like the Nine of Pentacles, I feel like that is what they're currently working towards, or maybe that's what's taking a lot of their thought energy at the moment. But and with this Page of Wands, I mean, this energy, it's just faithfulness and a deep love, like I said. And I think they feel really enlightened, like we've already said, by this friendship, and they are always going to be faithful to you. That's the thing. And I really don't feel like this is conclusive, because if you're the one that's kind of this Hierophant character, kind of like not letting your feelings know or anything, I don't feel like they're going to do anything towards it. But if they've had this player energy and they've gone for you, and you potentially shut it off, or you guys were friends of benefits or anything, I think, and they've pulled back slightly, I think they don't want to hurt you if it's just going to be a friendship. And I think they've got their own thoughts that they need to worry, like they're trying to work through and actually discover what they're feeling internally with this hermit. And yeah, I do get the sense that they are following their career at the moment, and that is what they're focused on. But there is this refreshment of this relationship. So if it has been friends with benefits, it could go either way, basically, potentially, is what I'm thinking. But with this Three of Swords, they might, if they have had this player energy, there might be someone else that they were potentially seeing or something like that. Potentially, like I'm not saying that is the case, but because there's Three Swords, so potentially it's different angles, or it could be the thoughts of their career. And so it's like thoughts, like their internal thoughts, your thoughts, and then their career, and they're just kind of struggling between these different things. But I do get the sense with the Three of Wands, they're either waiting for you to open up and let them know, and kind of see how you're feeling, and kind of testing the waters. But they're always going to be faithful to you, and they love this kind of this sham fights that you guys get into, like this absolute kind of, yeah, I always get this kind of like, you like to nag each other and kind of really challenge the way each other think and do things, and they are always going to want that from you. And yeah, I really do see that. But I really think they are kind of focusing on their career at the moment. So let's get you guys some channeled messages from them. So Spirit, pile 1, what are their person's thoughts at the moment? Messages from them. So yeah, we're on different paths at the moment. I don't know what you think of me. Again, so that air font energy, I feel like, oh, I've got some on the floor. My mind is full of you. I don't want to share you. I want to apologise for what I did the last time we met. And I remember every word you said. So Yeah, I really get with this, we're on different paths at the moment. If it is career, or maybe you're really focused on your career at the moment and that is what you are going for, or if you're buying a house or pursuing something in that realm, I think they see that. And I don't know what you think of me. So if they have this potentially player energy, and maybe you guys have joked about it in the past, and you've been like, oh well, you know, you'll never find true love if you're like that, or something like that along those lines. I just, because you guys are so open to each other, and you're so alike in so many ways, if there is this bit of detachment at the moment, I think they are really hurting from that. And I remember every word you said. So, you know, if it did end in a kind of argument or something like that, or you know, if you did say to them that you like them, like that, those words have really stuck with them and stayed with them. And my mind is full of you, and I don't want to share you. So maybe if you're potentially the one who is kind of dating other people or something, maybe that's really hard for them to see. And my mind is full of you, like whether this is, you know, as friends, and like, or this situation is in like I was saying, they can't stop thinking about what's happened and how they may have hurt you. Because I want to apologize for what I did the last time we met. I really get this sense of like dread. And if you guys aren't talking, like they still really deeply care about you, and kind of, and want your friendship first and foremost back. And this, I don't want to share you. So it might be this kind of energy of you're not even theirs, but they still kind of, you're always going to be their person, sort of thing. And whether that's friends or more, but I really get this sense that they're trying to focus on themselves, or they know that you are focusing on you, and they are so happy for you to do that. But there is this waiting, like the Three of Wands, this kind of active waiting to see where it goes. So let's get you guys some kind of love and relationship affirmators. So Spirit, pile 1. Can we get some love affirmators for them, please? Okay. Everything is just dropping on the floor today. So we've got acceptance. When I get to know new people, I accept their actual traits rather than the ones I project on them. Same goes for not new people I already know. Acceptance is the delicate art that reminds us everyone is their own unique self, and we can't expect them to ever be anything but. Man, how do those snowflakes do it? So I really feel like if there's been a situation where potentially you have, you know, had a disagreement or a falling out, or there's been some sort of behavior, I feel like you both have to kind of accept that in order to move on in any way. And, you know, if you've been the one that has been hurt by it, absolutely take your time. And either way, I think you guys are your unique selves, and you guys can open up to each other in a way that I don't think you can do with so many people in this world. Like, I think there is this kind of like kindred spirits, as it were. But either way, like the Fool, I really feel like they want to step into like move past it and kind of leap into a new phase with you. And this wholeness, I am complete, whole and filled with love. I have everything I need. If I ask or look for more, I'm ignoring the love and gifts that are already in my life. Instead, I'll be grateful and acknowledge that anything else would be extra icing on life's cake. FYI to whoever is listening, extra icing is totally welcome, as it's obviously the most delicious part. So again, I feel like the wholeness that you guys have as a friendship unit is so beautiful, and that is what I think, if there is this detachment at the moment, they are missing. And I don't want to share you. I really get this sense of like that last slice of cake, like I don't want to share you with anyone, like, and you know, I don't know if they're going to come forward and say, you know, I like you in this way. But if they do, then it's because you guys have got such a rich friendship, and that is what they want to build upon, and it is like that extra icing, like that cherry on top, for them, because they just love you so much already. And you know, if they have had this like kind of player energy sort of thing, I think they want to accept their past and what they've done in the past, and especially if they've hurt you, they want to work on that acceptance, and then kind of maybe build to this whole, like, I think they already see you as like making them whole and like pushing them past what they thought they could do and everything. But that we're on different paths at this moment. I really do get this sense that maybe they're off studying, or maybe they're, you know, starting a new career, or maybe you were doing that. But I do feel this slight disconnect at the moment. But it's really clear, like, you both think about each other a lot, and that's what I can see, but I just don't think they know what you're thinking, and they don't know what you think of them. So I think they're just going through a really confusing time at the moment, and they are just really sorry for what they did, and if they have messed you around, and if you said, you know, you really hurt me, like, they remember that, and that's really kind of cut deep. It's that Three of Swords, you know, they are feeling remorse for what they have done. So yeah, so you guys, take your time with it, and I really feel like it's going to be one of those things that if you want it to go further, you know, and you feel comfortable enough, and you feel like you want to forgive and move it forward, then that is something that you can do. And either way, I feel like they will want you in your life as a friend, so you will never lose that friendship with them, because I feel like they see you as family, and there is that real strong connection there. And yeah, and I think if they have hurt you, they might not know how to say sorry, and I think they are trying to work on themselves, but yeah, that they do just want to mend things. They do want to make amends and move forward, move past it. So I hope this resonated with you guys. If it did, I'd love to hear in the comment section. You guys are awesome, sending so much love to you, and hopefully I'll see you guys very, very soon. Bye. Hi there, pile 2. So let's get stuck in. So will this friendship lead to more? So firstly, you guys are connected at your throat chakra for life purpose. So I feel like this is really telling me that both of you know your inner light, and know your inner guidance, and know what you were meant to do. Even if you feel like you don't fully know, and you don't feel like you've got all your stuff together, I feel like you know yourself, and if it's not exactly what you're supposed to be doing, I feel like you just know you, and know what your heart is telling you, and lead that way. And they do too, and I think that's what links you both, is that you both speak your truth, and you both want to follow your path and follow that light forward. So yeah, I think you're both very inspired individuals, and I think you've probably both got that creative spark within you, and yeah, just really driven and ambitious, and you're not afraid to ask the big questions, like, you know, why you're doing this, why you're on this path, sort of thing. So we've got two different energies here, so energies towards the relationship. So you might feel like you really identify with one of them, golden egg or camel, and I'll just speak through both of them, and then the other person might really sound like the other energy. So just see which one you kind of resonate the most with, and then that will probably leave kind of the other person's energy. But you might see yourself in a bit of both, so it might be that it's kind of a cross at the moment. So with golden egg, again, this is heavily linked to the heart chakra. So with the throat and the heart, I really feel like golden egg speaks from the heart, and probably wears their heart on the sleeve as well in this friendship. But I feel like golden egg was a hard egg to crack, and I feel like Camel probably had to really chip away to get to where they are now in their friendship. And I think it's a beautiful friendship, you know, this blossoming abundance. I think golden egg really opens up and can really be themselves, and I feel like they feel really nurtured by Camel, and they feel secure, and they can let their kind of guard down towards it, or they feel like they're starting to blossom in this friendship. And that's probably because of this life purpose card, because you guys connect on your ability towards what you want to do. And when someone opens up to you and is truthful and honest about it, you feel like you slowly start to shed your layers as well. So Golden Egg is this beautiful person who has this rich, deep sense of self, and really wants to get in tune with that. And I feel like they're starting to listen to that and move towards their life purpose. And with Camel is... they've got a twinkle in their eye. They've got that cheeky glint, and I feel like they're really cool-headed, really hardworking, just constantly grinding away, constantly there, and they're just resourceful, and they do listen to that inner voice as well. This is fire energy, so potentially it's a fire sign, so maybe Leo, Aries or Sagittarius, but also there's this real deep intuition and deep emotional side to the Camel as well. It really blends both, so could be water sign, or maybe moon's in a water sign, so it could be a Cancer, gosh, have I forgotten all my signs today? What's going on? A Pisces or a Scorpio. But it doesn't necessarily have to be, but that's just kind of the energy that they exude. I feel like they just are kind of cool, calm, collected in the face of any obstacles. And yeah, I think they just work their way towards their goal, and their kind of energy towards this situation at the moment, like, I feel like they are kind of at a crossroads with it. I think if this is you and it's, you know, why, like, what is this? Maybe you're indecisive about whether you want to go there or not, or if it's them, I feel like they might be in that state of kind of whether they want to keep it friends or move it forward. But or maybe they just, towards their life purpose, maybe they've got that kind of that deep emotional pull to do something, and then their intuition is flaring up, and it's kind of that water fire energy, and trying to like temper between the two of them. So either way, Camel has got some kind of decision that they're trying to weigh up in their mind, but I feel like you, because you're linked by the throat chakra and this life's purpose, I feel like you both see light in this friendship and relationship, and kind of, and I feel like you maybe think your paths were destined to cross, and maybe it was a real chance meeting that you guys like just happened to be in the same place and struck up a conversation, or, you know, friends of friends or something like that. But either way, you've met, and it's kind of opened the door to this, and it's and yeah, and I think you both kind of see, I think you both see the good in life, and kind of, and want to get to the crux of what this actually is. So let's get you some more cards on the table. So let's see what their actions towards you are. So Spirit, what are pile 2's person's actions towards them? I'm going to try and not throw them, she says, as she starts throwing them. I think these ones are the ones that actually wanted to come out. I think it was poor shuffling on my side, and the 2 of Cups. Okay, so guys, Page of Cups, 4 of Cups, Justice, and the Tower. Okay, so I feel like there's been some major things going on for you guys, and I really think, you know, I really see this deep meditative and reflection going on for both of you, I think. And I think you are both there and really want to help one another through any emotional storms, or just your emotional journey through life. I feel like you're always poised, giving advice to one another, and especially Golden Egg, I think, because they unwrap those layers and can be vulnerable, I think they, like, Camel has, I think, put in a lot of work to get to that stage, and kind of has worked to kind of blossom that friendship within them. But I feel like Golden Egg, that is a lot of work as well to do in terms of like opening up, like especially if your guard is up because you've been hurt in the past. Like, I think this Page of Cups character, you know, is really deeply meditative. So I think they're really reflecting, and they have been reflecting on kind of past conversations, maybe especially with the throat chakra here. And with the Four of Cups, maybe they think an opportunity for this relationship is, maybe they really hope for it, or they're kind of imagining it and seeing how it fits within them potentially. But the Four of Cups, I think they see the wholeness that you bring to and into their lives and everything, and I think they are looking for something more in their life, like I think emotionally they are looking for something more, and they are so satisfied with your friendship and where that is at. So maybe they're looking for it with you, or maybe they're looking for someone else. I don't know, but because this is just their actions at the moment. But at the moment, I feel like they're just contemplating it. Maybe they're playing with it. If you've maybe opened up to them and told them your feelings potentially, I feel like they're trying to work through their emotions. And with this indecision card, like that really speaks to me with the Four of Cups. So maybe it's Camel having, if you related more to Golden Egg, or if you do relate to Camel, then I feel like this might be that energy of kind of making up your mind with this new emotion that might have been arising within you. And with this Justice card, I think you guys have maybe you've had a really long past friendship, and maybe you've rekindled that recently, or if not, like, I think if it's something has happened in the past, I feel like they want to move past that, and they want to move past their past actions potentially, especially if they potentially hurt you. If not, and it's kind of a new relationship, I think they're just making, it's again this indecision, these two choices. I think they just want to get to the truth of the matter and the truth of their feelings, because we've got so much cup energy here. So cups are obviously our emotions, our deep seated desires, and I feel like they have all of those emotions for you, but I think they're trying to detach their feelings and see whether it's for a friendship or more. And I really get that sense at the moment. There is that struggle, that head over heart, because ultimately I think they do see your past are here for a reason, and whether that's because you guys are going to push each other towards your life purpose, in terms of career goals, or something along those lines, or as a relationship potentially. And then with the Tower, maybe if you told them potentially how you feel, I feel like that, or maybe they told you how they felt potentially, and you didn't know how to handle that. But I think either way, there's been this sudden shock that has like completely changed the way that you perceive this relationship, either from either side. And I think it's just really rocks it, and it's just kind of like, oh god, everything I thought I knew about this person has changed, and they might have, or maybe they've enlightened you to think towards a new direction or something like that, or you've done that for them. And I think it's just this kind of like, wow, that's, I really get this, you have shaken everything up and stirred it up, but not in a bad way, but in like just reframing what they thought was potentially possible, or just their thinking. And the Tower moment is brilliant, and it is really quite linked to this life's purpose. It's kind of like everything you thought you knew, like in your mind and in your body, and the divine, and you know, whether that comes from a message from someone else, kind of just like rocks everything you thought, and you kind of have to like get out of this mind prison that you might potentially put yourself in, and you kind of have to rebuild it all. So especially if you guys are both walking towards your life purpose and that's what brings you together, this indecision might be, you know, whether you build an emotional relationship, especially if one of you have said that you like each other to the other person. And with this Two of Cups energy, like their actions towards you, maybe they have been the one that has said something that they potentially like you, but if they haven't, like they just see this deep connection with you, like that instant attraction to someone. And it might be like-minded people, it might be people that speak their truth, or it might be love, because the Two of Cups is the love card, but it can be towards, you know, it's just that initial attraction to someone or something. So it might be your personality or something like that, but they find you so endearing, and I think you just have shaken up their way of thinking about things. And especially if you've told them that you like them potentially, or they can kind of sense it potentially, I think it's just changing the way that they think about you and how and kind of the path that they're treading at the moment. But yeah, I just see this deep unity and kinship between you both, and yeah, and that's really, really prevalent here. So let's get you guys some more cards. Let's see what their feelings for you are. So Spirit, what are pile two's person's feelings towards them? So what are they feeling towards pile two? Okay, so we had a flyer. Let's get some more. And I really do feel like it's Camel that's having this this moment of kind of, gosh, what is going on here? So we've got the Queen of Pentacles, we have got the Three of Swords, we've got the Queen of Cups, we've got the Ten of Pentacles, and we've got the Wheel of Fortune. So in terms of their feelings, this Queen of Pentacles card over here, I think they see you as, I think both of you actually are very much Queen of Pentacles or Queen of Cups energy, but I'm probably going to go more for the Queen of Pentacles being more of like this, the golden egg person potentially, but I just feel like they're so interlinked in so many ways. So I'm just going to talk about both of them, but either way, I feel like one person is giving off this kind of, I think they're just incredibly intelligent, like we already said, emotionally intelligent and really practical, and use their deep knowledge, but this is their feelings towards you. So I feel like they see you as a queen, as someone that they can seek advice from, and with the Queen of Pentacles they really make it a reality. So maybe this is more the golden egg because of this blossoming abundance. That's why I was leaning more towards that. But I feel like they just see this person, this golden egg, as like a really good and distinguished person that will always have their back, will always help them kind of work through a situation. And with the Queen of Cups, which I relate more to Camel, but it could be golden egg, or I just think either way they think of you as a really good person, and I think they see a lot of healing and reassurance from you, and yeah, I think they just they want to open their hearts to you. So maybe it could be golden egg, it could be Camel, it could be both of you. I just think their feelings are that you are just someone that they can approach about anything and everything, and I think they think your life's purpose are kind of aligned in terms of what your goals are and your ambitions, and I think you both do that emotionally. And with this Three of Swords here, I really get the sense if there's been this Tower moment, and there might have been something that's gone on, especially with that Justice card in the past, I feel like they are hurting about that kind of, like, if they've hurt you in some way, I do get the sense that they are really, really sorry for that, and yeah, and they are hurting still potentially from this emotional scar, or it could just be like their thoughts are kind of going round and round with this Four of Cups energy of kind of thinking about a new way forward. Like maybe their thoughts are kind of getting the better of them in this scenario, and they're almost like stabbing their own heart, like maybe they don't know if that's exactly what you want, if neither of you have opened up, and they're kind of like, is it just all in my head? And I think they're just like whirring around with their emotions. Or potentially if they do just see you as a friend, and maybe they get the inclination that you want more, like they might they don't want to hurt you, they don't want to hurt your heart, so they're hurting their own heart because they just don't know how to have that conversation. But with this Ten of Pentacles, like either way, they want to celebrate you and your achievements, and they just want to be there for you, and they really see the wealth and richness that you bring to their lives. And I really do feel like they see you as family, even if it's only been like, I get the sense that you were either friends and you had distance, and then you've kind of got back together, as it were, like rekindled that friendship, or it's fairly new friendship. And with this Ten of Pentacles, I think they feel this wholeness with you, and almost this kind of like family. And with this life purpose card, I feel like they do feel like you're entwined, and it's almost like either way you guys are gonna be in each other's lives. And I think that's how they see it, and that's maybe why, if they do have these emotions, they might not they might have this indecision whether if they're not sure what you think, I think they don't want to rock the boat. And with this Wheel of Fortune, I think they've got this deep sense that they don't know how you feel about them. And even though you are this open person, whichever Queen energy, or maybe you're both Queen energies, whichever, like they know they can talk to you about anything. But in this, because it's putting their heart on the line, I don't think they know how to open up, and I don't know that they don't know what you're thinking. That's the thing I get. And they don't know if they're going to be lucky in this situation, or whether they're gonna fall on their luck. And I think things are changing, and with this indecision card, I really get the sense that things are evolving and changing in your relationship. So if it has been something which, you know, you've rekindled, it's been changing in a new way, and you're both in different places, and you're moving that forward. But if you've been friends for a really long time, I feel like it is just one of those things which has suddenly flipped, and either their perspective of it, or just how you talk to one another and communicate, and maybe on a level that you've never done before. But yeah, I get the sense that or maybe they don't know their feelings, and like we were saying with the sword energy, maybe they don't want to commit to saying anything potentially. I'm going to look at their intentions towards you, but my sense is that in their emotional state, and because I feel like they are emotional people, both energies, because they have that side, they don't want to mess you around and, you know, cause you any sorrow or heartache until they are fully certain. But they know that they see you long term either way, like in their lives for the long haul, and they know that you're always going to have this openness and this energy, and they just don't want to lose that. I think that's really their deep-seated fear, is that they don't want to say anything that that might chase you off, or you know, or if they I just get the sense that they don't want to mess up. Like Spirit's just saying they just don't want to. The scariest thing is putting yourself out there, and it's just that fear of rejection. And it's not that you've made them feel like they can't do that, because they feel like they can open up to you and everything, but it's just taking something to the next level. And they do see you first and foremost as a friend and a deep connection that they want to keep, that they're not ready to lose that. So let's look at their intentions towards this relationship. So Spirit, pile 2, what is their person's intentions towards this friendship or relationship? What is their intentions moving forward? Okay, so we've got some more flyers. Okay, so we've got the Queen of Swords, we've got the Nine of Wands, we've got Strength. So Spirit, what is pile 2's person's intentions moving forwards in this relationship? So I can tell this person has got their, hello, has got their guard up, and then we've got the Page of Wands on the back as well. So firstly, like, I get this sense, like we've already spoken about, that they are going to use their thoughts to get through this, and they just don't want to be embarrassed potentially if you don't feel the same way. That's really what I get this sense. But they want to free their thoughts, they want to have clarity on this situation with how they feel, whether how they feel or how you feel. And I think they are gonna take their time over this. And the thing about the Nine of Wands as well, like, this is the Strength card, and really the Strength in opposition. So they've got their walls up, and maybe they've been really hurt in love in the past, and they don't let that guard down easily. And I think with you, because they see you as a friend first and foremost, they have been open, they have opened up, maybe like that golden egg, like kind of unraveling. And to get golden egg's trust as well, if they're golden egg, you've had to be vulnerable yourself as well. So either way, there's been a lot of vulnerability in this friendship, and you both have really deep internal strength and courage. And I really see this, like, this strong presence. Like I was saying, like, Camel's got a glint in their eye, but there's something about both of you which is so strong. And I think it's because you guys know your goals and know your life purpose, but it just draws people in because you've just got this majesticness. And I really get that fire energy, like, you know, draws people's eyes to you both. I think you're just magnetic, and I think they could potentially be a bit more closed off, and I think they're just going to try and judge and sift through and find clarity in their feelings. And they just don't want to embarrass themselves and let their guard down, and they're just preparing for the eventuality that you may not feel the same. I think, you know, if they are trying to work through it, or you know, if you've let them know how you feel about them, if you have done that, I think I think they're trying to put up a barrier for them to work through their thoughts and their actual, like, intention, because they don't want to let you down. And that if there is a bit of distance at the moment, or if you're not talking as much as you used to, and you have said something, like, I really get that sense. But if you haven't said anything and they haven't said anything either, like, I think they are just trying to process their thoughts. And like I said, I think, you know, they could be driven in their career. I feel like both of you could be driven quite heavily in your career, or something else is going on for you both at the moment towards your life purpose. And I think maybe this kind of, like, this emotional relationship, they're open and receptive to it, but I think their thoughts are getting the better of them here. And with this Four of Pentacles, they're sitting on it. They're really sitting on their feelings towards this situation, and they are just waiting it out. Like, if they don't know how you feel, then they are just trying to gather either the strength or courage to kind of let their truth be known. And because you guys speak the truth so openly to each other, usually this is probably eating them up quite a lot. But if it's you that's come forward and said, you know, I like you, then they're trying to sit on their emotions until they work it out, because their actions towards you have been like this faithful person, and who will always be there, and their feelings that's what you are to them, and they are always there for you. And like I said, they see you guys aligned, but their intentions, there's no cups at the moment. So I really feel like which cups is that emotional energy, I really feel like they are just sitting and waiting. And with this Page of Wands over here, I think, yeah, they are really faithful to you, like faithful friends, and maybe they're just waiting for that news to be delivered to them. And because this Tower, I feel like their actions, or your actions, have really shaken things up, in just like changing the perspective and how you guys view the world and different people. And I think they just want that enlightenment, and they want to continue being with you. But I really get the sense that they don't want to act either because they're the fear of getting hurt or the fear of hurting you, and they're just bottling it up at the moment. And I don't feel like they want to make the first move until they know fully what they feel inside, which is so frustrating to hear. I absolutely get that, but yeah, I just think you both are so strong, and they see you as such a rock in their lives that, yeah, they just don't want to hurt you. And that is really sure in their feelings towards you. And yeah, they're just using their thinking mind at the moment, and trying to not act on their emotional urges. Whether that's because they know that you've got so much going on, or yeah, they're just worried that you won't feel the same way and open up to them in that way. Let's get you guys some channeled messages from your person and see if we can get anything else for you. So, okay, Spirit, what is their person feeling? Okay, Anna, no. Okay, you guys can stay. That's fine. Just poor shuffling here, there, and everywhere. Flying on the floor. Where are you? Oh yeah, you were there. Okay. So, you make me so happy. I can't switch off my feelings for you. It's always been you. I want to reach out to you. There's other things pulling me away, and I'm in survival mode at the moment. Okay, so it's always been you, and you make me so happy. Potentially, if this is a relationship where you have had some distance and then you've kind of come back, maybe before, when you were friends or whatever, they really had strong feelings for you, and maybe they didn't open up for you, and then there's been distance away, and maybe they've been in different relationships, and now you guys have kind of come back together and rekindled, and maybe it's because they've always held a flame to you and maybe put you on a pedestal. That's really what I'm getting from that. But if you are guys new friends, then I feel like it's always been you as that kind of family, that Ten of Pentacles thing. Like, it's always been you that I was supposed to find, and like a like-minded individual in spirit that just gets me. I really get that, especially if that person is golden egg and you really like got away at their layers. I think it's always been you who's the person to like unravel that, and you make me so happy. Again, so much joy in this friendship and relationship. I want to reach out to you. So if there is distance at the moment, if you know they are distancing themselves because they don't know what they want, and with this I'm in survival mode at the moment, they might have withdrawn because they just don't want to hurt you. Like I said, that's ultimately the real thing. It's fear. They don't want to hurt you, and if you've opened up to them, and they do want to reach out to you, they do want to tell you about their feelings, but they're just not ready. They haven't processed them properly, and because there's other things that are pulling them away, I think if it's job, if they're studying or something like that, and I feel like they're at a crossroads with this indecision, or with the Four of Cups. Like if you think they're more golden egg, then that Four of Cups with their actions towards you, I think they've got other things going on in their life at the moment, and I think all of these things that they're trying to juggle, and I think it's towards their life purpose, and I think they're just surviving. They're just trying to get through the day, and it's so clear, like they just have this deep love for you, this Two of Cups, whether it's friends or more, but they just don't want to lose you. That is really what I'm getting, because I feel like you've both just opened up to each other, and I just think you guys are, you don't have many people where you can be completely open and honest with, and like just your authentic self, and I feel like that's what you both have been to each other, and that's what they want to have continually from this relationship. So let's get you guys some love affirmators. So Spirit, pile 2. Oh, hello. Let's get some more affirmators, and on the back of the deck we have honesty. Okay, So, teamwork. I'm determined to be a good teammate in all of my relationships. If we disagree, I'll resist the urge to place blame and look for a way to solve the problem together. When we're a team, everything's a game, and when we're on the same side, nobody can lose, not even the Cubs, finally. Open-heartedness. I know that life and the people living it can be an absolute bummer sometimes, but I promise not to let unhappy chapters make me jaded. If I let negative experiences turn me sour, then the jerks win, so I'll move on with an open and hopeful heart, if only because I hate losing to jerks. And honesty. This heralds a wonderful time of rooting yourself in complete and total honesty. It might seem scary to tell the truth in time with everyone but about everything, but when you practice radical honesty, you can stop hiding and start relaxing. The best part is, honesty from you inspires honesty from others. What results is a rootin' tooting trust parade, and everyone's invited, except the bagpipe players, but you know, they'll show up anyway. So I really think Spirit is telling you that you guys are a team. In whichever way this relationship goes, whether it stays a friendship or moves on. But I really think, you know, with this open-heartedness, if you feel like there's been hurt from a past relationship and you don't feel like you can open up, or potentially it's the other way for that person, they don't want their negative past to affect their future, especially within your relationship. And I feel they want to be honest, but maybe you might have to be honest first, and that takes a lot of courage and drumming up. But you know, this open heart and mind, you know, I think they want to be open to receive, and they want honesty from you and from themselves, and honesty, and I feel like that's what you want from them as well. Because I do think you guys are such a team. I think you help each other through a lot, and I feel that, and I feel like you have opened your hearts up to one another. And it's almost like you guys are linked at the throat chakra, but you're not fully speaking your truth yet. If one of you has said something to the other that they like you, sort of thing, I don't think the other person has opened up yet. So, and maybe they're not being honest with themselves quite yet, because like we were saying, they just don't know how to sit on it, or they're just sitting on it at the moment, and like we said, they're in survival mode and there's other things taking their attention. But I think really what Spirit wants me to say is, you know, be open and have your open mind and heart. And I feel like both people lead with their heart and want to speak their truth, so it might take some time, but ultimately you guys are a team in any way, and I feel like they both of you want each other in your lives. And if there is a bit of distance at the moment and they have pulled away, or you have pulled away because you're trying to think through your thoughts, that is absolutely fine. And I feel like with this connection, like with this life's purpose, I do feel like there is a movement forward, and there has been a change in the relationship, and it might go either ways, and it might bring you together with that wheel of fortune. It might bring you together as really close friends and bring you actually closer, and like almost, you know, yeah, that tightness and that bond, or like kind of almost family, or it could take you to that kind of relationship. But I feel like it's got to come from that self-acceptance of where you are and your feelings, and yeah, speaking truth to one another, because yeah, I think both of you, I get this sense, have got all of this like heart mind situation going on, trying to sift through feelings. So that's really what Spirit's advice is for you guys today. So pile 2, this was your reading. I'd love to hear if anything resonated with you in the comment section, and I really hope to see you guys soon for another video. Until then, have great weeks, months, whenever I see you, and yeah, sending all my love. Bye. Hi pile 3, so let's get started. So will this friendship lead to more? So firstly, you guys are linked at the heart chakra, and it is the forgiveness card. So I feel like you guys have this deep connection, in the fact that no matter what either of you does, you know, whatever actions you may make to one another, it's always going to come from a place of love and forgiveness after the event. And I think that's just what draws you together, that, you know, you both accept each other's faults, and as friends, you know, if you do have heated discussions or heated debates, it's all surface, and at the root of it there is love there. And you know, if potentially someone has hurt you, or you may, or like your actions may have hurt them, like there is always going to be that forgiveness that links you. So let's get started. So we've got two energies on the table. So we've got Gazelle and Wolf. So you may feel inclined to one and be like, yeah, that is me, that is who I am. And then that would be you, and then the other person would be reflective of them. But if not, you know, you might have kind of a mixture of both into this relationship, because you are linked to the heart chakra. That is, you know, I feel like you both lead with your hearts in this kind of relationship. So I'm going to start with Gazelle first. So Gazelle, this is this fire energy. So it could be a fire sign with either Leo, Sagittarius or Aries. But if not, it might be fire placements. But either way, there is just this sophistication and grace with Gazelle. And I think they're almost regal in the way that they go around things, and I get this sense that they are just this ball of energy who go after their desires, their dreams, and in this relationship, I think they really want to follow their heart, and their heart might be telling them that, yeah, this is the right thing. And with this third chakra, Archangel Chamuel, gosh, I have had such trouble with my words today, so gosh knows what I've been saying. But anyway, I think that they want their dreams to be realized in this relationship, and I think they are super hyper aware at the moment of everything they're saying and everything they're doing, potentially because if they do really like this person, the other person, this wolf person, they obviously don't want the feelings not to go both way and not be mutual. So I think they're just super aware of everything that is going on. Or if they're the ones that like Wolf, and Wolf is being really evasive at the moment, they are just trying to pick up on anything that Wolf is thinking, trying to get to the bottom of this. Especially if Wolf has made hints or something like that, I feel like Gazelle is like, oh, what is going on? And it's just kind of, their mind might be running constantly over this, but I feel like they do want this kind of, I feel like they'll forgive Wolf for anything that Wolf does to them. And I feel like Wolf can be a bit of a chaser, but Gazelle can give them a run for their money. So if it is the other way around, and, you know, Gazelle is almost running away for kind of like that, oh no, I don't like you in that kind of way, I feel like they're giving Wolf a really good chase. So with Wolf, you know, or maybe Gazelle's just trying to dodge their feelings. Maybe their true desires are in this and moving forward with it, but maybe they're just trying to dodge them and don't want to let Wolf know how they're feeling if they're not sure what Wolf thinks. And with Wolf, I mean, Wolf is a protector of the pack and just wants to like make sure their kin are all protected and secure. And this is this earth energy, so this person might have earth placement, so might be Taurus, Capricorn or Virgo, but not necessarily, you know, either way, they've just got this grounding and this deep urge for everyone in the pack to be safe. And especially if Gazelle is really elusive and kind of jumps between loads of different things, or not like different things as in different people, but as in different ideas, and is kind of hard to get a control on and actually know. Wolf really wants to get to the bottom of it and is almost like seeking out the truth. It's almost like this King of Swords energy, like trying to find clarity here. And this indecision card, I think they just don't know how they feel about this decision yet. And I feel like both energies are kind of like bouncing off each other and just kind of in this, will they, won't they kind of energy at the moment. So maybe both people have kind of led on that they like the other, or maybe nothing's been said at all and it's all really in this deep undertones. Maybe it's just looks and that kind of thing. Like, I'm just thinking of like when kind of when predators stalk their prey sort of thing, but it's not in that way. It's not like, you know, really pursuing it. It's kind of, it's the moment before those kind of looks, and it's kind of like lurking in the grass, and it's kind of like, oh, are they there? No, they're not. Or that kind of energy is really what I'm picking up on. I just feel like both of you, and Wolf especially, can be, I feel like, quite a domineering presence in a character, but they might be quite withdrawn at the moment and keeping themselves quite close and kind of on this layer, like this outer layer, which I think you guys aren't used to in this dynamic, which is why Gazelle's probably like jumping around a bit. But this indecision, the kind of decision whether to take it further or not, either way, Wolf sees you as one of their pack, whether Gazelle is jumping in or not into the pack or not. Like, they see you as one of their like close people, and they just want you to kind of follow your pursuit, follow your dreams, and they will always forgive you for any of your actions, and vice versa. But I just don't think they know at the moment. Probably they don't know what Gazelle's thinking, and also they don't know what they're thinking. They just don't know where it's going to go. So yeah, so let's get you some more cards on the table. So Spirit, pile 3. What are pile 3's person's actions towards this? And you are sticking out as well. So we've got Temperance, we've got Judgment, okay, ooh, we've got 5 of Wands, here we go, oh, okay, and we've got this one. These ones that fell out, I'm not actually going to use, I'm not going to use them because they didn't turn up right, and I'm going to use Sun. It's just all falling out at me today, like, they've been on the floor, they've been everywhere. Okay, so let's have a look at these. So firstly, Major Arcana all over the place, guys. Like, where do I start? So I feel like big things are happening for both of you, and with this Temperance card over here, I feel like you guys are opposites, and it's almost like opposites that attract. I feel like Wolf is this like really like considered, like King of Swords. I already said King of Swords, and it's literally that, like unreadable almost, and kind of just like really wants to get to the crux and the clarity of the situation and just analyze it. I really get that. And Gazelle, I feel like, is this sun, like this ball of energy, this joyous, charismatic, not that Wolf isn't, but I just feel like that's just the opposites on the outside. So people might see this friendship and be like, how does this work? And I feel like it is the kind of reconciling of opposites, this Temperance card, you know. I feel like you do moderate each other. It's that like, yeah, it's kind of everything all together. Somehow it works, and somehow this relationship is kind of, I feel like, despite potentially all the things that come out at you. And with this 5 of Wands, sorry, this is why I'm laughing, but it's like that Gazelle energy. You guys, I feel like, are just constantly back and forth bickering, but bickering in terms of like, I think you just see the world completely differently. I feel like Wolf has this edge of seriousness, and Gazelle likes to keep it light, and both people, I feel like, are driven between what they like to what they want to do, but they just approach things really differently. And I feel like that it causes like a kind of a sham fight within you guys, and it just like, yeah, I think you just have a lot of fun together, and it's all the place of love. And if it does get a bit heated and it is a bit like, oh gosh, maybe we've taken it a bit step too far, you always forgive each other, because you know, like, you guys just have such a strong base. With this Judgment card, like, I think there has been this kind of wake up moment, like there might be something beyond just the surface level of a friendship, and you guys, might feel called that actually there's something that's maybe woken up and stirred inside you that's been like, wow, what is this? Like it's almost like destiny calling sort of thing. And maybe it's one of you or maybe it's both of you, but this is their actions towards you. So if they have told you that they potentially like you, or they're kind of like making it known, like I feel like that's like sent off those kind of like alarm bells in your head, and you're like, this is changing, or for them as well, like this is changing in some way, and I don't know how it's evolved and got to this level, but we are here, and it's kind of that like call to something further beyond what this present moment is. And either way, like I was joking, like Wolf is King of Swords, and you know, this King of Swords, I feel like they are really practical and they analytical and just want to think out the whole situation. And with this indecision card, like I think the Wolf person is completely in their head about this situation and is literally just like, I need to plan this down to a T. I need to work through what I am thinking. And I think they want to free their thoughts with like the butterfly and the bird in the background. I think they want to free them, but I think they've got that exterior, and if there is a bit of distance from you guys at the moment, they might not be like replying as fluidly as you guys used to or whatever, but yeah, I just think they think you are the sun. Like they just think you are so joyous, this gazelle character, like so joyous to be around, so much fun. And I think that's why for Wolf is a bit confused, because they are just so drawn, and Gazelle is such a magnet, and this relationship is such a magnet. As in, I think if you have had like tiffs in the past, I feel like you're always just drawn back together, like opposites attract. And the sun, you know, I think you just bring a new way of thinking, like I think Gazelle does. And yeah, just such fun. Like I think Gazelle's got this like beautiful laugh that like knocks you for six, and I think King of Swords, it's just like, what is going on? And Sun is always going to be really receptive, this Gazelle, and like we said, like they're open, they're like hopeful, they've got their dreams and desires kind of laid out, and they'll always be open with that. But maybe in this situation that they've been a bit more reserved, and they're like dancing around it slightly, and King of Swords is just trying to pin it down and be like, what is actually going on here? But I think it's all on this level of like, it's like flirtation, I think, on the surface. Like I think you guys give each other good banter, to use that word. I promised myself I wouldn't use this word today, but I have now. But I think it is that like real quick back and forth between each other. But I feel like King of Swords can be a bit more cutting in that, whereas Gazelle really keeps it light. But I think King of Swords can come out with these one-liners that just like oh god, I wasn't expecting that. But yeah, I just see a lot of fun in this relationship, but because you guys are opposites, and with Judgment, like I do feel like either someone said something or hinted at something, or there's just this feeling, this like real draw that, oh gosh, maybe there is something in this beyond what we're currently just like on the surface scratching. Let's get some more cards. Let's see what their feelings towards you are. So Spirit, what are pile 3's person's feelings towards them, please? So pile 3's feelings towards them. Oh, hello. But yeah, I think you guys, I think you just love to hate to be, oh gosh, Anna, what is going on? I think you guys just love to hate to be around each other, but in the best way. I think you're like, oh yeah, there we go, they've gone and said it again, and stuff like that. I think you've got really like funny jokes between you both. Okay, so yeah, let's start. King of Pentacles. So again, I think there's two ways I can see this going. So with this King of Pentacles here, I think they either see you as this person that can just like has a natural instinct and just is going to build an empire or something like that, or just sees you as someone who is really nurturing and just has a wealth of knowledge and experience that they adore that about you. And I do get this sense that maybe at the moment they do feel like they just can't read your mind. They just don't know what you're thinking. And with this Fool here, I really get the sense that they want a new start, a new beginning. And with this indecision card, you know, under Wolf, like maybe they just want to leap into this new start. Maybe whether they decide just to stay as friends, they just, especially if it is Wolf who's got these feelings, I think they are just like, can we get to the bottom of this now? Because I just really want to start. Like, it's always that thing, you want your life to start, and start living it, and either way where it's going to go. But if this is Gazelle's feelings, if you identify more with Wolf in this scenario to really get to like the bottom of it, I think Gazelle just like, again, just wants to follow their dreams and desires and just like go after it and be like, yeah, that's what I want. And I do feel Gazelle has this, like, I think both people are very driven in terms of what they want to do in their lives, and I think they both want to be these like titans of industry, as it were, and they see that in the other person too, reflected. And yeah, I think with this Death card, I feel like they feel they're a bit trapped in an illusion at the moment. Maybe they really don't know what they are thinking, and I think it might be one of those things where everything that's been said, everything that's been spoken about, maybe they're doubting whether it's actually happened, and they're a bit like, gosh, like where is my head? Like, is this right? Is this where exactly it's taking me? Like, I think they just really want to like jump out of it, jump out of that illusion, as it were. And with the Death card also, I get this sense that they want to transform this, and with this indecision here, I think they either want to transform it into something more, or transform it into a closer bond relationship. I think, if I don't get the sense that it's been a friendship that's been really long, or if it has, I feel like it might have always been quite surface level. I think there's always been this kind of flirtation on the top potentially, but it's never, I think you guys can open up to each other, but I don't think you have been friends in that way for a long time, if you are. But I mean, you are linked at the heart chakra, so I think there's always an understanding of both of you emotionally, but I don't feel like, I feel like it is a bit more surface level at the moment. And I think either way, like, the person wants to transform it into something deeper, and kind of like find ways and opportunities to grow it forward, or they want to transform it into something, you know, that kind of elevates it and takes it to a new level. But I think I said devil before. It's death, sorry. Yeah, it's death, it's transformation, but it is kind of that thing of the kind of illusions of what might be happening at the moment, and kind of transforming it out of that. And I do get the sense like they just don't know. They don't know where you're at. Either way, like, I think it's a real mind game for both of you, is what I'm sensing. And with this Ace of Pentacles and Ace of Wands, I really feel like they're feeling like there might be an opportunity to kind of create something. And I feel like they hear this like call from the universe to like jump forward. And kind of set down and become kind of have this security together, and like that surety. And with the Ace of Wands, I really feel like there's almost a marrying of wills, like with this like conflict that you guys have. I think you always constantly challenge the way that they think and feel, and you know, I think they first and foremost see that through your personality and what you want to do, and your kind of intuition, your gut. I think they're just like fully like, where does this come from? Where does this come from within them? And with this Ace of Pentacles, I think they do really want to like find a way. If you guys aren't talking at the moment, or you know, someone's a bit more reserved, I feel like they do want this opportunity. They want to like reach out this laurel branch and like kind of maybe like start a project with you or something like that. I think they just want to pin you down, or it could be something like they just want to like pin you down for a date, like maybe not to date you, but as in like a date to like see you, and maybe that's how they want to like work through their like thoughts, sort of thing. But yeah, I think there is this kind of like, their will is really strong, and they want to like transform this in some way, whether it's like a deeper emotional connection level, or whether it's like deep emotional like friends. So I just see like they kind of want to take it to the next stage. Which stage it is, I'm not quite sure yet, but let's get their intentions towards this relationship. So Spirit, pile 3's person's intentions. Okay, yeah, this is good. And they didn't all fall on the floor. That's the main thing. Okay, you guys have got a bonus card. Oh, you've got 2 bonus cards. Okay. So yeah, so let's start with this 10 of Swords. So I really think at the moment they are just like, what is going on? Especially if they're wolf, or even gazelle, actually, it doesn't really matter. I think either way, like their thoughts are just running 100 on this situation, and they just want to get to the bottom of it. And I think it's like taking all of their mental strength to work through their feelings as well. And their intentions is just to get clarity and just like, and pierce the situation, almost pop that balloon and see if it is just like an illusion that all of this is in their head, or whether it is actually real. And with this High Priestess character, like, I just think they think you are really mysterious, and they just don't know what you are thinking, because you know the High Priestess is really linked to the moon, and it's that deep emotional undercurrents, but it's something that they can't learn. And I do get this sense that they feel like, not that you've got a block up, because I feel like you're probably quite open, and your heart, you know, you both lead with your forgiveness, but I think, yeah, I just get this sense that they just don't know how you are going to approach it, and how you're feeling. And with this Star energy as well, like, I think it's this serenity and calm, and they want that calm from this mental situation. And you know, I think they are kind of, they just want guidance. They just want that guidance and that light of how you're feeling, and kind of, there's almost that wishing upon a star element. And with the water kind of pouring into both, I feel like maybe they're pouring their hopes into it, hopes that, you know, you might extend that too. And the Fool is really still jumping out to me, that new phase, and that new, whether it's, you know, they're watering like your friendship and wanting that to bloom, but yeah, I do get the sense that there's something deeper here. And with this 4 of Cups, you know, I feel like they're imagining, this is kind of the card, this is really the card of like loss and hope. And again, it's illusion. And I think they just don't know whether their emotions are kind of imagine, like, as in if they've imagined everything that's been said and done, and whether the stuff that's coming up for them emotionally, whether that's come from something solid, or whether they're like, is this actually true? Do they actually like me? I really get that sense that they just can't tell, and they're looking for that emotional kind of like ping, and like that, yeah, that it is real, it is all real. And with this, I want to skip to the 8 of Cups. Like, I think they might be doing a bit of like soul searching, and kind of like, kind of really seeing where, like, I get the sense that they don't want to leave anything behind. They want to keep searching and keep pursuing for kind of this love connection, this drive forward, and whether that's with you or not. But like, I just think this High Priestess, because the High Priestess is linked to the moon, and the moon is there, I feel like, and the stars, I just feel like, and this person is looking towards that. I just think they are trying to focus on you and get a read on you and see where you are. And with this Page of Pentacles underneath this Ace of Pentacles, I think maybe they're gonna like, I really do get the sense that they want to like pin down a date with you and like, and just work through and see what's going on. But I just think they want to study you, especially, I think either way, I think both people, they want to study you, study your behaviour and see if they can kind of analyse the situation from that side. But I think they just want to like feel a bit more secure in this relationship moving forward. And with this, the World, like potentially they are going to put their feelings on the line and everything, and kind of offer that. And either way, they just want unity and they just want that wholeness. And I really get the sense that they just can't read you. And if they're wolf or gazelle, actually, both people are frustrated by this situation and they're just like, I just want it. Both people, I think, just want to get this sorted and just don't know if maybe they're like the flirtatious banter that's been going on is real or not, or whether it is just all an illusion. And I think both people are at that stage, and I think both people are kind of almost pouring their hearts out maybe to others and being like, oh God, I really wish for this, I really do want this. But maybe you're letting your thoughts get, both people again letting their thoughts get the better of them. But this World here, like, I think either way they want this situation to like sort itself out, because I think they're like, I've had enough of not knowing, I just need to know now. Is that like the Clash song, should I stay or should I go now? Like, I really get that, like, come on, we need to resolve this. I have thought too long and hard about this, and emotionally I just need it to be sorted out. And I feel like that for you as well. Both people are in this, and yeah, just really want guidance. So let's get channeled messages from Spirit. So what are their person, oh my gosh, okay, so what are their person thinking about them, or what is their person, not what are their person. So Spirit, what is pile 3's person feeling about them? And on the back, oh, okay, yeah. So we've got, no one has ever loved me the way you have, and that scares me. And especially with that heart chakra there, even if it's kind of that, it feels like surface level, I feel like they have never had this kind of like, maybe like this indecision in their mind before. And because I feel like you guys probably have opened up, and because you're kind of opposites and everything, I feel like you guys challenge how each other think, and that's why like no one's ever loved each other the way we have, because you're constantly just like back and forth, and like I like I said, the sun, like completely joyous, and I think you just challenge each other, and you know, that love of in a relationship, whether it's a friendship or more, like that runs so deep. And if you've never I think you've just reframed the way they think. I remember every word you said. So, you know, if someone has opened up or something like that, like that they do remember that. But I really get the sense that this, I remember every word you said, is like, if you've had an argument and it's this forgiveness, this heart chakra, like they obviously carry that with them. But yeah, I just think whenever you have like, maybe if one of you have like these thoughts or this moment, especially if it's gazelle, potentially like these random bursts of like will and intuition, I feel like they always remember what you've said, especially wolf. But I think either way, both of you have listened to every single word and hyper aware of the situation and just trying to work it out. But I think if it is this flirtatiousness, and they're just kind of like, oh gosh, I sit and remember everything, and you make me feel whole. This is the world. Like, I think they do just want to like have this like locked down in either friendship or relationship, and I don't want to give up my independence. So if this is a bit of gazelle energy and you see them as more gazelle, like, I think because they're so used to just like they're really bubbly personality and just like captivating, and I think both people are really, really driven. And if it's Wolf, you know, I feel like Wolf is a very like family orientated and like friends and everything, and I just and that's kind of quite codependent energy potentially, but I don't know. I think I don't want to give up my independence. I think this is the kind of like, I don't want to relinquish my control of the situation, because at the moment, behind this game that we're sort of playing, you know, we don't have to let ourselves go, as it were. And I see that independence in this situation as kind of like myself. I don't have to let my feelings come out on the line if I hold this control. And I'm really hoping that you miss me too. So yeah, if there is this separation, and you know, or if there's a separation, it's that thing of like, I feel like they're going over everything that's been said in the situation, but I'm really hoping you miss me too. I feel like this High Priestess, if you are talking and it's all still surface level, and maybe you haven't had a real deep conversation in a while, but I do feel like they're trying to pin down a date with you. But either way, I like to get in the diary to actually see each other, but I feel like they're just kind of reminiscing over everything, and they're a bit like, oh gosh, is it all in my head? Did that actually happen? Or yeah, I think, and even if it's just as friends, it's just kind of like, I really hope that you miss my friendship, and being like together and chatting and all of that kind of thing. So let's get some love affirmators on the table too. So Spirit, pile 3, what are their love affirmators from Spirit? Ooh, hello. Okay, so great, we've got 3 here. So we've got depth. As new people show up in my life, I look for all the weird, wonderful, complex layers below their surface. I can't be surprised by someone's depth of character unless I'm willing to peel back the outer layers and go a little deeper. It's like the brand new saying goes, don't judge an onion by its haircut. Okay, so yeah, so I feel like if it has been a bit surface level recently, I feel like both of you want to open up and have this depth. And like I was saying, whether it's a depth in a friendship way or a relationship, I think you're a bit tired of like just being on the surface, and you do want to open up, and you lead with your heart chakra, and there is always this like love and forgiveness there. So I feel like you can trust each other, trust the other person, but obviously, like with Gazelle flitting around potentially and Wolf being a bit like of a ice facade, like that can be hard to open up, but that depth is there, that want to it. Boundless love. Today I'll open my eyes a little wider and walk a little taller, noticing that the world around me fills with tiny miracles. With this in mind, it's easy to fall in love over and over again with everything from honeybees to neon signs. And while I'm feeling this inspired and this in love, everything else sort of falls into place. So yeah, I feel like you guys are looking at the situation and trying to see this situation from different perspective, and I think you guys just see the best in the world, and especially the best in each other, because you guys are so different. And I think you do just want to soar, and like in whichever way it is. And I think maybe you've got those kind of personalities that kind of have those initial attractions to people, and want to connect and want to do that, and it's easy to fall in love over and over and over again with new people and different people. But this time I feel like it's different, and I feel like you really want to gain perspective on this situation to kind of find the root of it and find a deeper meaning to it. And with solidarity, I respect the power of solidarity and look for opportunities to unleash it. When a loved one has to do something tough, I'll heed their often silence, but sometimes loud and whiny, cool, and participate in the toughness with them. Everything is easier when a partner, cohort, sidekick joins you. The only thing that's not easier is feeling resentment, which I suppose is the overall point. So again, I feel like this person really wants to pin you down for a date to work through this in their mind. And it is that thing of being together, or if you do see each other often, and I feel like they just want to get you one-on-one, and they just do really want, like, whether you're going to be a sidekick in friendship or a sidekick in love, I think they don't want to resent never getting to the crux of it, getting to the bottom of it. And I think that's the main thing here. And I think they do see you, and want to open up the opportunity for it to go deeper, in either respect. But yeah, I think it's that thing where we've got to show up, and we've got to be true, and we've got to be authentic, and kind of, even if it's scary, kind of put ourselves, but I think you're both kind of analysing the situation by yourselves and kind of going over it in your minds, and actually coming together and trying to, like, talk it out. I think that is the way this is going to resolve, and you'll find out whether it's going to be more. But I do see this kind of hope that it might be, from both people, really. So yeah, pile 3, this is where I'm going to leave it today. Thank you so much for watching. I'd love to hear in the comments if anything resonated, and I will see you next time, hopefully. Until then, sending all my love. Bye. So hi there, pile 4. So let's get straight down to it. Let's see whether this friendship will lead to more. So you guys are connected at the heart chakra, and it's at that inner child, and immediately I just get this really deep sense that you guys are really curious about where the other's been, what the other's done, and who they are, and you just want that. You follow your lives with this, like, curiosity, and that's what's brought you together. Like, I think you're both really inquisitive, and just want to know, and, like, delve in and explore where each other are, and do that with your hearts, and, like, from a place of love. And I think you just want to, like, yeah, just, like, know each other better and deeper. And I think you just have, like, this playfulness and this silliness that you can have with each other. So we've also got 2 energies on the table. So we've got so you might feel drawn to one person, and then like one energy, and then the other person would be the other, or it might feel like a bit mixed. It might feel like a bit of a mixed bag, like it might feel like there's a bit of crossover. But I'm going to start with that. So firstly, with that, I can see, with regards to this, I think internally what's going on for them, and maybe externally as well, is that they've had this moment where they've, like, been tied up, whether it's in their mental state or in their emotions or whatever it is, where they just feel like they can't move forward, and they're desperately trying to, like, relinquish this. And it may be towards you, Cobra. It may be that they feel like there's this kind of energy bound in Cobra, that they can't quite get their head past it. Or it might just be that they're, like, it could be outside of this relationship, in their, like, they've been in a relationship, and they're kind of, like, getting out of that headspace and moving forward. Or it could just be externally, like they've got other things going on. But with this relationship, I just feel like they've got these tangled feelings and emotions that they just don't know left from right, up from down. And with that, they're desperate to kind of adapt and move forward and transform. So, and potentially I could see in a kind of an eventuality where potentially something's been said to Cobra, or something's happened, and they desperately just want to move past it and move past that situation, and kind of, like, they feel really, like, bound up by it, and just want to, like, graze on past that, and just, like, yeah, and get back to a safe place almost within this relationship. But with Cobra over here, so both energies are really, like, waiting and taking a pause, and are just kind of waiting for that moment to kind of strike and move forward. I really feel like there could be separation here, so maybe you guys aren't talking anymore. Or if you are talking, I feel like there's this kind of, like, sense of it being surface, and not and kind of, like, just kind of the formalities sort of thing, when usually you guys are used to being really open and honest and, like, playful. And I just get this sense that Cobra is following their intuition and their gut within this, and I think it's their inner teacher is kind of telling them to pause and kind of wait this, because they can't get a read on Bat, and like Bat will emerge eventually, but I just don't think they know. And I love this beautiful imagery of like the lines here for Cobra and then the lines on the Bat, and I feel like there is this kind of like this energy that is surrounding both of you, and that is equal in that part. And with Cobra we've got Healer of the Ages, so potentially they are trying to like, either they're kind of healing their own wounds, if Bat has potentially said something that's why Cobra's waiting, and kind of like almost kind of trying like healing from within, or Cobra has this real healing energy, and you know, if Cobra struck or something like that, and they see that Bat's been all tied up with potentially what they've said, they are just open and trying to reassure and bring that light and that energy. But I don't know, I see it more that Cobra is the one that's potentially like got their guard up, and Bat really wants to move forward from it. But it could be really either way. If you're kind of resonating with both, and you're kind of like, yeah, I want to move forward, but I was the one that got hurt, like I see that from both sides, whether potentially, you know, you were the one that felt like with Cobra you got burnt if you're a Bat, or you know, if yeah, or the other way around, you know, if Bat like said some things that like kind of got Cobra's guard up sort of thing, and got their back up. Like I just think that what you're connected by is that inner child and that curiosity, and I don't feel like you guys can be that at the moment in this current situation. It's kind of the energies that I'm feeling. Like I just think you're both waiting for that moment to move forward. So let's get you some more cards on the table. So let's see, Spirit, pile 4, what is their person's actions towards them? This might give me some clarity. So what are person 4's actions towards them? And it might not have been like a full-blown fight or anything like that. It might have just been like an emotional entanglement, like just not knowing what the other person was thinking, and that's kind of caught them in their own head. It just might be something like Cobra is trying to like just think through their emotions. Likewise is Bat. So that one's on the floor. So let's get another one, please, Spirit. So what is... Oh, there we go. Literally, I was just thinking, literally, they've all been jumping out today, and then one jumped and throws itself across the room. So, firstly, we have got Page of Wands, the Magician, the Emperor, the Three of Swords, and the Sun. Okay, so I really do get there's this sense that something has gone on, and I think in some ways you guys are quite well aligned in your thinking, but I really do get this sense, and I do get with their actions, I really feel like it's kind of Bat that is going through this kind of like potential sorrow and almost heartache around it, and I think there's something that's definitely been going on. And either way, it's because you guys have different ways of approaching things. You're both creators, and you're both able to kind of create what you want, and you do that through your inner child, through your love of whatever you guys do. And I think with this Three of Swords, I really feel like there's been a situation which has left both sides like in this kind of unrest, and I don't feel like it's left the relationship in a very good place, and maybe has caused like a friction between you both. And with this Page of Wands over here, I feel like they've always tried to be faithful and like show you their love, but maybe they haven't shown it to you in the way that you would expect or want. And I think they just feel like they are drawn to you. That's what I get. I feel like a moth to a flame. Like with this sun over here, I feel like you are such a joyous personality who just brings so much light and abundance to their world, and just brings so much. I think if you feel like you're more Cobra in this situation, I feel like they like Cobra is like that fire energy, and obviously the sun as well is that fire, so potentially you're a fire sign, maybe Leo, Sagittarius or Aries. But I just really see this kind of like this joy, and that they're just, yeah, this inner child, like they can just see how fun you are and how open and honest. And you know, if there has been a situation where there's injuries on one side or two sides, it's this mental thing, and is that real like wrapped up in it. And I feel like Cobra is a bit further along with how they're healing, and I feel like they're like really tapping into their inner voice. But I feel like Bat's still going through that process of either trying to forgive themselves or forgive Cobra. But with the Magician here, I think I really get the sense that you guys are both really like confident individuals who can, like I said, can literally have what you want. And I think you're so in tune with this power, both sides. And I think that's really magnetic and what's drawn you guys towards each other. And like, it's in different ways. I mean, the Magician is so instinctual, and it's from their kind of spiritual core being. So I'd link that more to Cobra, and it's kind of like they follow their gut, they follow their intuition and where that goes, and they can use everything in their arsenal and kind of, yeah, create what they want with their will and determination. And I do see that forward drive there, and Bat has that too, but they are much more considered, I feel, and a bit more behind an exterior. And with this is linked to Aries and new beginnings, and with the Bat all tied up, I really feel like they're just trying to get their head straight and their security like under wraps, and where they are, so then they can kind of muddle through the situation. But I think they're just trying to like work out their situation at the moment with this Three of Swords, and work through this, whether they've inflicted harm. And the thing is, I feel like Cobra is on that kind of healing journey, but if you guys aren't talking, like Bat doesn't know that, and I feel like Bat is still cut up about it, or Bat is still hurting, and Cobra's, if they're the ones that have struck, are kind of like trying to accept that their behavior and what they've done. But yeah, I feel like there's new starts here, there's kind of rebirth and kind of like moving something forward. But it's so clear that they are they just think you are so joyous, and they just love to be around you. And this Three of Swords being so close to the sun, like that just radiates, and I just really think they mentally just are not past the situation of what's happened, either side of whoever it was. But yeah, I think they're really trying to work through, but I think they always want to be there in this Page of Wands as kind of a faithful listener, and they just really they want to be enlightened by you, and enlightened by your spirit and your energy, and they don't want that to go. So let's get some more cards. Let's see what their feelings are towards you. So Spirit, what are pile 4's person's feelings towards them? Yeah, this one is like, okay, this one is, I was about to say, is one of the most confusing ones I've done today, but Spirit was like, no, it's not. Here we go. Here's some cards, just throw them out. Okay, so, and I've got a few on the floor, but don't worry everyone, I'm still here. So let's start with this Ace of Cups over here. So I think they really want to reach out if you guys are in separation, and they want to offer this kind of like, I think they do want to offer their hearts, and they want to like, they want that to pour forth, and they really want to feel nourished again and fulfilled by this relationship, and want to, like, this Two of Cups is the card of love, and I think they just want this reunion with you, and I think they just do have this deep connection and deep attraction for you, and they just, with these two cards, they just want, I get the sense that they want a fresh start, they want to move forward, and they want to do it together, kind of holding each other's hand through it, and I think they want to wear their heart on their sleeves, and want to kind of take that next step, that next level, and this is how they're feeling. I think inside they just feel this kind of, like we were saying with the sun, this just attraction to you, like they just can't, like, take their eyes off you. I wouldn't be surprised if they, like, analyze your, like, with this King of Swords kind of energy over here, I think they probably, like, analyze your like social media or stuff like that if you guys aren't talking as much, but, or like every single text that you've ever written, they probably, like, read over it or whatever. But with this King of Swords energy, I feel like if they are the ones that hurt you, I think they are deeply almost judging themselves, and I do get the sense that they really hurt deep about that, or if not, like, if it was the other way around, I just feel like they've got this kind of exterior where they don't want to let this come out until they've worked through their thoughts and where they are and how they and whether they're in, like, the mental space to kind of be in a relationship. That's what I get. I feel like their heart is pulling them one way, and their mind is being like, okay, but you've been hurt before in the past, but it might not necessarily been you. Maybe there was, maybe you didn't even say or do anything wrong if it was the other way around. Maybe potentially it was something reminded them of a past relationship, and they were like, no, that's my alert, like, I've got to get out. That's kind of like a trigger for them, and maybe, you know, that's why if there is some distance, that might be the case. But I think they're just trying to analyze the situation and trying to switch off their emotions for a moment to try and sort through everything that's going on. But with this Six of Pentacles, I think maybe they're focusing on their career as well at the moment, and maybe that's a big thing for them, or maybe they're studying or something like that. But I get the sense that they almost want to share their successes with you, especially if there's been some distance. I think they're waiting to, like, come back and, like, talk to you and that kind of thing. Or, you know, if that's not the case and you have been talking, I think they just want to share more, and they want to offload more of that and what's been going on in their everyday lives, their job and that kind of thing, because maybe they don't feel like they've been able to go deep enough into that conversation with you at the moment, because they're just like, can't say too much because I'm going to come across as this. And then they're like, no, but I've got to be warm and friendly. I really get that vibe. Like, there's this just internal conflict, and they really want to, like, share more and kind of and have that closeness, but they just maybe just don't know how to kind of work through it. And with this Three of Wands, it's kind of this, I feel like they are waiting. It's kind of like she got on the plane. I just feel like they're waiting for you to come back, potentially. Like, if you've been hurt, I think, and you have been talking, I think maybe it's not been as like deep as it usually is, and I feel like they're waiting for you to, like, come back and, like, forgive them and have that unity with them again. But if you are talking and there's nothing that's gone wrong and nothing's been rocky, I think they're probably waiting for your signal, waiting for you to kind of switch the conversation, because they're just in their heads about this situation, and I feel like they feel it, but they just maybe don't know how to kind of make it a reality. And with this Five of Wands, like, I do get the sense that there was this potential conflict, but and I feel like it was because you guys, like I was saying, think in different ways and go about it in different ways. Like, I feel like the Magician is much more spontaneous and light and can just create things by just, like, being their own spiritual selves, and the Emperor is much more serious and, like, has to be, like, in a good place, a stable place, in order to kind of focus on things. But I do feel like there's almost this kind of like layer of kind of a conflict that might have happened, but if not, I think you just have the kind of relationship where you can, I said it earlier, so I'm going to say it again, you've got that banter, and sometimes it might cross a bit of a line or something like that, but if you haven't been talking and you've never expressed any feelings for one another, maybe it's one of those things where you've always been really close and you've always been playful, and with the 5 of Wands I see that, and I feel like you've always had this back and forth, but maybe you've never like said your feelings sort of thing for one another. But either way, this person loves your kind of the chat that you guys have, and that kind of relationship that I feel like it's just always really fiery, and I think they're waiting for that to come back if there has been a bit of distance. Let's get some more cards on the table. Let's see what their intentions towards this relationship are. So Spirit, what are pile 4's person's intentions oh, hello. Okay, so we've got the 4, we've got the 9 of Wands, we've got the Knight of Swords, we've got the Ace of Swords, and on the back of the deck we've got the Queen of Wands. Okay, so I really feel like this person wants to find a new way, a new conversation, a new way to talk to you. I really get the sense that there has been some separation here, or, you know, if they're waiting for you to come back fully, like they really want to charge forth and seize that, and they're really going after that, but they know that you need that time potentially to do so, but they really want to kind of offer this new way of thinking, and yeah, but their will is really, really strong to get there, and they just do want that clarity, and if they are more energy and they're all tied up, I think they just want to move past it, and like we said, like that kind of rebirth, that rejuvenation of the friendship. And with the 9 of Wands here, you know, I feel like they might have their guard up, and I think they're just following that inner voice, and you know, either person could have this, like it could be Cobra or Bat. But I just think, I think both people have their guard up, and I think you guys have been hurt in love, both of you, before, and maybe that's what kind of brought you together, that kind of inner child. Maybe you both had really similar circumstances with relationships in the past, and you kind of just you were kind of just maybe you were unprepared for each other, you were unprepared for what this could be, and you always see yourselves as some people who are like prepared and in charge of their wills and their desires, but I think this kind of knocked you guys off, and I feel like their intentions for all this is to kind of like go in with a guarded heart, just in case maybe you don't reciprocate their feelings, and yeah, I just get this strong sense that they just want to get to the bottom of it, especially if there has been this kind of flirtation on the surface and everything, and they are playing with their like their heart and their mind. I just, Spirit's literally saying like they just want this sorted. This Fool here, they just want to leap into that next phase. This situation where they feel tied up and there's been healing that's been going on, they don't want to be there anymore. Like Bat wants to fly away from it and move past it, and Cobra again wants to like get back to feeling that instinct and keep moving, because at the moment they're just poised and waiting, and Bat's potentially in their cave like waiting to break free. I feel like there is this pause, this kind of obstacle, maybe this unsaid thing between, and I feel like your person is going to try and go with their mind and try and cut through this situation and try and get to the bottom of how you are feeling. That's the ultimate thing. Like whether you've been the one that has been hurt, or you know they're the ones that have healed and come back, like they just want to know. They just don't want to know where you stand, but there is this real deep sense that they want to move forward, and they hope you do too. And yeah, they kind of, they'll take everything they've learned from this situation with them, and but they won't let it control their thinking moving forward. That's what I get the sense. Like they'll carry everything that happened because they don't want to be hurt again, and from their past relationships as well. They don't want the same thing to potentially happen, but they do want to trust and put faith in it, and hope that you will kind of come back that way too. And with this Queen of Wands energy, like I just get the sense that they think you are such a good person, good, distinguished, willful, like really fiery personality, and they want to, I think they want to approach you. They really do. They want this to happen, and their thoughts are going to be what guides them, and also their inner voice to get them there. And with the Queen of Wands, I think they're really passionate about you. And I do see this love here, like with this Ace of Cups and this Two of Cups. I do see this deep bond. And I just think they want to get close to you, and they might charge forward and it might knock you for six, especially if you've not been talking for a while. They might just pop out the blue and be like, hi, start a new conversation, like, hi there, how are you doing? Long time no speak. And I just do feel like they want to spring forth in that way, but they might start the conversation and then like halt the horse and be like, oh gosh, did I start this too quickly? Like, are they ready for this conversation? And they might pull back, and I just think that they'll be ready for any eventuality when they do reach out, because I think they would have worked through their mind. But I think they'll come with you with a kind of open heart and a hope there. But you might not want to like develop the relationship in that way. And you know, I feel like either person, either energy at the top, you know, I think they're going to come back to this situation. Both people are going to come to this situation in a different place to where you guys have left it. Or if you're still talking, you're going to like have worked through, and then you're going to have that deep conversation to move it forward. But I think you will move forward together. And yeah, I think they're just desperate to like have a conversation with you. Let's get some channeled messages here as well. So Spirit, pile 4, can I have some, again, on the floor? Okay, so please stop dragging my heart around. Okay. I do get, oh, no. That's like 700 there. Okay, so Spirit, a few more. I can't put my guard down yet, like we were talking about with that strength, but I feel like that stop dragging my heart around. I feel like maybe that is from that that sword, like mind, heart energy there, and I think it is. If you've not hurt them and it's the other way around, or maybe there's been nothing that's done that, I think that stop dragging my heart around is kind of like, I just need this emotional situation to be resolved and like move forward from this, because I can't keep being in my head about it, because I just want to be myself with you, and I just want to move forward and like have these conversations again and just have that. And I can't put my guard down yet. Like that is that, like the Nine of Wands, that's that kind of reserve and kind of ready for any eventuality, and they don't want to put their guard down until they know how you're feeling. I'm wearing the smile you gave me. I'm trying to find myself. Okay. I love to hear you laugh. I told you this person, this sun has that laugh, and I admire you. So yeah, I think you guys just bring so much joy to one another. And I think this person, especially with this please stop dragging my heart around and I'm trying to find myself and I can't put my guard down yet, I think they do need to sort through their thoughts in this situation. And it's really clear, like again, it's this mind, heart, and it's kind of like their mind is just in such a turmoil about it, and they do just want to talk to you. I really get that sense. And I'm wearing the smile you gave me and I admire you. I think they just put you on such a pedestal, and I love to hear you laugh. Like, it's so beautiful what you guys have or had if you're not talking, and I think they just want that inner child, that inner playfulness again, and yeah, and just to be talking to you if you guys aren't talking, or if you are and it's a bit surface level. I think they just want to like see you and just kind of discover what it is. But yeah, I do sense like there's probably something from their past relationships which is holding them back, and they just don't want to open themselves up, yeah, for fear of getting hurt. Let's get some more cards on this table. So we've got wants and needs. Spirit, anything more for pile 4 from our love affirmators, please? Okay. And we've got this one over here. So, wants and needs. I take stock of my relationships and I'm honest about what I want and need from the people in my life. I note the difference between the two. Wants are negotiable, needs are not. Both may be desired and either may be acquired. But that's getting into Venn diagram territory, and no one wants to draw one of those. Though some of us might need to. So yeah, I feel like there is this kind of like mind, heart, wants and needs. And, you know, with Cobra, they've done that healing and they've got that kind of like desire to move forward. And again, Bat as well, they've got that desire to transform this relationship and change it. And I think I'm going to get you the other ones as well. So teamwork. I'm determined to be a good teammate in all of my relationships. If we disagree, I'll resist the urge to place blame and look for a way to solve the problem together. When we're a team, everything's a game. And when we're on the same side, nobody can lose. Not even the Cubs, finally. And then boundaries. I claim my right to set healthy boundaries and I allow others to do the same. Sometimes my personal space is taken and sometimes it's given. And sometimes, if you're on the subway, it's completely disregarded and shamelessly invaded. I guess it depends on the day. So yeah, I do get the sense that maybe there was a line that got crossed somewhere here, but or in the past, if you guys are coming with your guard up, or one of you are, like, I think they've got that boundary to where they are and what they need, and they don't want to let that down, because they know from past turmoil you're a completely different person, or if this is a rekindling of that, you are a completely different person from who you were, because you learned from your, like, you've learned from the past, or if it's not and it's fresh. And either way, they've come with their kind of box which they're comfortable in, and that kind of like stepping out of it. I think they do want to kind of find a new way forward, but they don't want to cross their boundaries and they don't want to step too soon for fear of for getting hurt, basically. And they want to follow their desires, but they know what they need in their heart and like what in their mind they're going to feel safe about. And with this teammate, I feel like you guys are going to work through this together, work through this mind, emotional, and I think it will come with like an honest conversation together, and kind of just evaluating whether it is something. And I just think there's such a deep respect for both parties here from both sides, and I think you guys can just laugh together and have fun and are just completely enraptured by one another, and like I said, are really different at the same time. But that's what makes a team as well. It's like that magnets. And you know, I think if you have had a disagreement, coming together and trying to work through it, like, you need to take your own time, obviously, if it's crossed a boundary for you, but that kind of pulling back together and uniting, even if you decide then to separate and like actually you're like, no, we're just going to be friends, and or actually no, we're just going to go our separate ways, like, it's that you won't know until you do talk about it and you do come together. And that's really what Spirit wants you to know, that either way they love and admire you and they just want to see you happy. But yeah, there's a lot of mind, heart going on, and there is going to be a wall and a kind of yeah, I think for both people, you're going to probably come back to this with a wall if there has been separation, or if not, like if you're going to go back into deeper conversation, or if you've just been texting, or like, I don't know, Facebooking or whatever it is, and then you're actually going to see each other again. I feel like it is going to come back and be like, oh yeah, how do we have like that conversation now, because it's been some time, and you know, it's just been a bit surface level for now. But you guys will find a way, because I feel like you've got this, you've both got such inner strength, and you guys are taking the time to wait, and you're not rushing into anything. But there is definitely the need for a new evolution of this, and whether that, you know, you talk and then decide to no, leave it, that's fine. But I feel like that's what Spirit wants you to know, that there might be different wants and needs here, you know, especially when it comes to their kind of mental situation. Like I see like a real deep love for you, but mentally they might not be in the headspace, so that it might, being in a relationship might not be what they actually need at that moment. They might want it, but it might not be what they actually need to move forward. So I feel like that is the crux of it, like trying to sort out your like their thoughts. That's going to be their process, but there's no doubt that there is a connection here. But yeah, pile 4, please let me know if any of this resonated for you. I'm sorry that it was a bit confusing in places with like whether someone got hurt or not, whether there's distance. There was just a lot on the table, and I feel like because it is a pick a card and it is general, you know, it's hard to get exactly the kind of temperature of where everything is, and there was like multiple things that were coming up. But I hope something resonated for you, and if it did, I'd love to hear in the comments. And until then, I'm sending all my love. I really hope to see you guys again soon, and until then, bye.